Good evening and welcome to Ending the Day with God on Saturday the 24th of September. We opened with the anonymous Pange Lingua. And now to our opening prayer. Let the light fade and the work be done. Let the flowers and the laptops close. Let the sun go down and the world become still. And let the Son of God draw near. Blessed be all creation.
For all life comes from you.
In the name of the restful Father, in the name of the calming Son, in the name of the peaceful Spirit.
May we and God be one.
Now to our reading. We continue this evening the theme, Unfamiliar Voices of the Old Testament. 2 Samuel chapter 21, verses 8 to 10. The king took the 2 sons of Rizpah and the 5 sons of Merab, and gave them into the hands of the Gibeonites. Then Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it on a rock for herself from the beginning of harvest until rain fell on them from the heavens. She did not allow the birds of the air to come on the bodies by day, or the wild animals by night. Thanks be to God. And now to tonight's reflection. On a hilltop outside the town, a woman is sitting in silence beside the bodies of her sons and their half-brothers. Rizpah is the widow of King Saul. The executions were the initiative of King David. Their lack of honourable burial was a further insult. There was no greater shame in the ancient world. Under a makeshift shelter, as famine racks the land, Rizpah keeps vigil. Night and day, in heat and cold, she honours the dead. She drives away the vultures and the wild dogs. She watches and she waits. This very public wake is an act of extraordinary courage, of honouring and of defiance. We never hear her voice. She speaks through her actions. This disturbing story is all too familiar around the world today. People still keep watch over loved ones. They keep vigil outside police stations and prisons, by military checkpoints, in makeshift graveyards. During the terrible oppression in Chile, the women would silently dance their protest outside the military headquarters, as if their loved ones were still in their arms. They would recognize Rizpah all too well. They know what held her there. In this way, at the risk of their lives, injustice becomes heard and seen. Rizpah's actions shamed the powers that be. She called King David back to core values of compassion and justice. She reminded him, in so doing, that these qualities reflect the likeness of God too. She also reminds us of the women who waited and watched with Jesus by his cross. Perhaps God shared Rizpah's vigil on that hilltop. King David learned of her actions and responded. Belatedly, he honoured the dead. Only then, we read, did God answer prayers for the land. The famine came to an end. Rizpah calls out protest and injustice, and God hears and acts. Lord, may we sit with the voiceless and oppressed. Amen. And now we join together in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom,
the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Lord, thank you for your love for us, strong and nurturing.
We give back our lives to you.
Thank you for our minds and bodies.
We give back our lives to you.
Thank you for the past day.
We give back our lives to you.
After creation, you rested.
We give back our lives to you.
Lord, protect us through the hours of this night, be they silent or stormy, that we who are wearied by the changes and chances of a restless world may rest upon you eternally. You created the world out of love.
Now we return to you in love.
Let us rest in God this night.
And awake in newness of life. Amen.